G'day guys, welcome to a new episode of Bogan's Guide to Wine. I'm Sam.
And he's Lurchy!
Today, Lurchy, we are going to have a Zin from one of my favourite wineries on the planet.
Zinfandel!
Exactly.
Alright.
This is the Wolfie Zinfandel from Pigs Peak. Now, Pigs Peak are in the Hunter Valley.
Yep.
We don't do a hell of a lot from Hunter Valley, but yeah.
Can I just say, I saw this bottle, I've seen it before, and it only holds awesome memories for me.
You're a little stirring in the laundry
There's
there, mate.
plenty going on.
We've been to this winery only the one time, and I'm hanging to go back because, yeah, these guys look after us majorly well. This is a Zinfandel. We don't do many Zinfandels in Australia, so this will be an interesting.
Very underrated wine variety.
That's right.
I must say.
So, Lech, what do you reckon about the labelling on this?
Well, I'll tell you what, I just love that symbol there. It's like, is that Celtic?
I reckon that's a pig's head. Look,
Well, it's a pig's head, but
it's got the ears
it's Celtic
and the
weaving.
Yep.
And it's all lowercase. It's cryptic. You know what? It's doing my head in already.
It's got the classic gold on black, which, you know, always, in my point of view, always just sort of says that little bit of class.
Gold
But
on black.
The thing about Pigs Peak though, if they had them all lined up, you have to read the name because all the labelling looks exactly the same. But
That's what I like though, because I had a physical reaction when I saw this bottle. I went, oh, I remember that.
that's good marketing.
Yeah, that's good marketing. Oh, exactly.
Check out the colour here, mate. What do you think? She's dark.
Yeah, you can see through it. It's
I don't know. It's in the heart of it. You can't get. I can't see anything through the edge of there.
if you look through the centre, you can't see anything. But towards the edge of the meniscus. Edge of the meniscus. Edge of the meniscus. Edge of the meniscus. It looks quite luscious.
Yeah. It actually does have a. Look at the edge there. It is quite light right towards the edge, and there is a.
But you know what's put me off? It's the smell that's coming out of the glass.
It's
telling me that what I'm seeing is not what I'm smelling. So it's like a what is it? A booby trap?
Yeah, it could be because it does. And now looking at it through the thing, I can see the my little ace symbol here, or the spade, coming through the edge of the meniscus, and yeah, I reckon you're right. It's going to be
You're saying I'm right?
alcohol content. What do you think? I know what these guys are all about, so I've got a. There's
Look at that. It's mate. An octopus will be happy to have that many legs.
What are you going to call it?
I'm going to call it 15.5.
15.5. Okay, I'm going to call that. It actually, the legs look a little bit thin to me, so I'm just going to say, purely on the look of the wine. Oh no! Now I did it again.
Yeah. Don't judge it by the look, because the smell.
What did you say?
Smelled it yet.
15.5.
I said 15.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go 15. We'll see what.
I reckon you're going to win this.
Yeah.
It's probably 14.75, but
These guys always crank it up. Damn,
Yeah.
they've cranked it up. This is 16%.
yeah. Oh god damn! What was that?
Yeah. See, this is Zinfandel. Australians don't do Zinfandels that much because it's a very hard grape to get right. But yeah, Steve's an alchemist. He knows how to.
It's really hard
Turn
to do
this
this
around.
without making it jammy.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's the trick, because if you're going to make a big one like this, there's danger everywhere.
When I visited the winery, Steve was saying that Zinfandel is one of these grapes where it's the grapes are that dense that on the outside they more or less have to shrivel up.
Yep.
And then there's the inside, which are almost still not green, but you know, there's a distinct difference. If you have a grape from the inside of that bunch and a grape from the outside of the bunch, there's like two different grapes.
So you got the outside ones are like really sun-worn, and the inside ones are like still quite juicy.
Yeah, so it's
getting the balance
serious
between the
balance,
two.
and that's why a lot of Aussies don't bother with it because it's a very, very difficult grape to deal with.
Yep.
But I think this guy knows what he's doing.
Oh, you know what? Just from smelling that, I can go, you know what he's talking about. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, this is it.
Oh, and the angels sang.
Yeah, it's not like, once again, Zinfandel. It's not, as an Australian, you don't get to try it very often, and this is just,
You don't, yeah. It's
really
in danger of burnout, like, but this is restrained. You can let this run amok, but how good is that?
At 16%, that should be burning your tongue. Sorry, that should be really, really hot.
Yeah, but it would be sacrificing flavour, but it's not.
It's just really hard to describe, isn't it? Because there's nothing really like it.
People from other countries of the world come to Australia and Zinfandel on, is all I can say.
Well, you were talking about American Zin earlier.
Well, it's not necessarily American, but white Zin, and you have also Zin that it's almost translucent. Like you can only see through that.
Yeah. The Californians are right into knocking out their Zins. So I've tried a couple of the Zins from Napa Valley.
Yep.
They're good, but I don't know if they stand up to this.
I take one of these every day.
So, can you get any particular? What do you think about the mouthfeel?
The first thing is just bursts onto your tongue, like with a massive.
I can't get over how smooth it is.
Yeah,
it should be burning your bloody tongue off.
You're exactly right. It should be
16%.
Your tongue should be curling to the back of your head and going on retreat, but it's not.
You just want to keep on having it.
It hits every part of your tongue and goes, winning.
So you were saying earlier about how 16% is more on that port sort of level. Do you think
Getting up there.
Do you think that sort of it doesn't have that port flavour or anything like that though?
Well, that's a pure
still...
wine. Like a port's usually got a backbone of brandy or something like that. So, but tell you what, you wouldn't want to have more than 2 bottles of this in it. That's all I can say.
So, do you like this?
Hell yeah. I'm a big fan of the Australian style of Zinfandel, where a really good winemaker can produce something like this, which is it just produces like joy in your mouth, but with alcohol like a port. So
Look, once again, bringing it back to Steve. He's a okay, Deb's in the background. What was he? He's a chemical engineer. Is that right? So he knows how to play around with.
We'll just call him a magician for now.
Let's just call him a magician. This is just magic stuff. I can't get past how smooth it is with 16%.
Yeah. And it's you look at it and it doesn't. You can see through it, but it's like a slab of wine smashing over your face,
like a steak of Zinfandel.
A steak, yes, exactly, straight through your forehead.
Yeah. So, when are you going to rate this bad boy?
Oh, well, this is a tough one. I haven't got much to rate this against, really. I'm a big fan of Peel Estate and their Zinf, and this is a very similar style to theirs. I'm gonna go a 9.
Yeah, I'm going on 100. I could drink this stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones where Paula that comes around and drinks the pink.
Yep.
He doesn't like this stuff because he necks it like it's.
But that's
good.
What it should be.
This is sort of more. No, you see, this is more of a one where if you drink too much for too hard,
you're going
it's going to be too overpowering.
You're going to be starfished in the front yard. You know that.
Yeah. So this is more of a you approach it more on the sipping level. It's not a chug it down your neck thing. But it's.
What would you have for a meal with this? Half a side of raw llama.
Raw llama.
I don't know.
Chunk of camel. No, it needs. Oh, gee, that's a really good question.
I'm going to research that.
No, big fat steak, just a big fat rare steak.
I reckon a Wagyu again.
Actually, I reckon you can just pour that over the steak and with the.
So you could probably put that. Yeah, just compress it into a steak. It probably look like
inject it into a steak.
Yeah.
Right. That's an episode we might do.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So this is a win.
Now, what I would pay.
Yes. What would you pay?
My eldest daughter is now yours. No.
Thank you.
No, that's for something like that. I'd be paying $60, $65.
Yeah, well, these guys are. I don't think you get much change generally on their bottom level around the $35 mark. They're
This would be something that doesn't get out a lot. You can't make a lot of it purely because of the nature of it.
I don't know, because he's got the werewolf. There's another Zinfandel. This is the Wolfie.
Don't tell me he's got a bigger one than this.
Oh,
okay.
he knows how to play this fella. This is $55.
Okay. Around the
And
mark.
worth every single
Yeah,
cent.
worth every cent.
This is the one, we and ah when they get past that $40, $50 mark. This is worth $55 any day.
Oh,
of
it's
the
this flavour bomb. It's
a monster.
massive. But it's restrained. For a flavour bomb, it's restrained. How does that happen?
week. Magician.
I'm gonna fish bowl it anyway. It's an ultimate sign of respect from me.
Okay, let's. Oh, Jesus. Till next time, guys. This has been Bogan's Guide to Wine. Get it in ya.
What did we just do?
Get your war face on, motherfucker! You alright?